Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Warning: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. I do not under any circumstances endorse or condone the breaking of any laws in my or any other jurisdiction. The contents of this video are in accordance with Governor Greg Abbott's Executive Order GA-56, along with guidance issued by the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission and the Texas Department of Human Services. Viewing beyond this point is a choice you have made, and you take responsibility for that choice. Thank you, and please have a great day.
Hey, you guys!
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having fun, and I hope the universe is treating you fairly. In today's video, this is gonna be kind of an interesting video. I'm gonna do like tips, tricks, hacks, whatever you want to call it, for doing recreational hemp a little bit more healthy. We all have the stereotype of the stoner drinking, like Jolt Cola or Dr. Pepper, eating Doritos, Nachos, Oreos, stuff like that. We have collectively kind of moved past that 70s, 80s stoner movie stereotype. I'm going to be giving different tips and tricks through this video, but I'm going to try something different. What I'm going to do is, after I do this first section, I'm going to go to different places. I'm going to go out and do one out in my property, then go into town and do a couple different segments and edit them all together for your viewing pleasure, just because it seems like something to do. This first bit is going to be on cleanliness. Clean your stuff. I clean my stuff daily. When I say clean your stuff, it doesn't matter if it's an old school bubbler like this, if it's a dugout with a one hitter. For those of you that don't know what a one hitter is, it's a pipe or straight pipe, usually fairly short, decorated at a distance to look like a cigarette, and you have this cavity here which is designed to hold, this holds about a half gram, and this goes into here, and this closes over and you stick it in your pocket. It's spring loaded, because if you go this, that's what you get. It's spring loaded. Basically, the end of this will hold just enough hemp to basically, you take it, you put it in here, you twist it around, you pull it out, you put it in your mouth, and you light it, and you draw, and that's all the more you get out of it. This used to be back before the technology on vapes like this. These little handheld dry herb vapes. This is my go-to for hiking. The only problem is now that I've grown my hair out, long hair. This past spring, there's a couple times I was outside doing woodwork and stuff, and the wind was blowing. I almost set my hair on fire trying to light it because of the wind. That's another reason why I like these. You have different methods of cleaning. I will probably in the future do a video on those methods, but you can use hot soapy water or 90% or stronger isopropyl alcohol. Both work real well. Remember, you are sticking these things in your mouth. Cleanliness. Like I said, you're sticking these in your mouth. You don't want to stick anything dirty in your mouth. And also, these things just over time collect tar. I don't think it's tar like in cigarette tar, but it's a brownish, gooey, sticky, nasty thing that accumulates over time. I've got a couple pieces that I am intentionally letting get dirty, so when I do a video on cleaning them, you can see the before and after. Normally, like I said, I clean my stuff every day, so I have to let the dirt build up so you, the viewer, can go, oh, okay, because I clean them every day, you're gonna go, okay, it's clean, I guess, maybe, I don't know. So I want something for the viewer to have a good before and after view. Like I said, you don't want to be sucking that because you heat it up and okay, so you've got all the stuff built up. You put a fresh bowl or whatever in, you heat it up, you light it, and you draw it. That stuff melts, revaporizes, it gives you off flavors, it does really, really harsh things to your lungs. So yeah, cleanliness is an important thing. So keep your stuff clean. Okay, we'll get everything together and we'll go move to our next spot to do our next section of the video. Hello, we are back for our section 2. In this section I want to talk about long-term medication use and being in the right headspace. If you're on long-term medications for a chronic condition, whether it be pain, what have you, I'm going to hypothesize that you're in an area in which hemp and or the devil's lettuce is legal, and you need to tell your doctor, hey, I do this before bed to go to sleep, or I do this occasionally about this many times a month or a year or whatever, recreationally. These drugs, how are they going to interact? Before you do it, make sure and find out, and don't let a friend of a friend of a friend's friend who knows a doctor who has a friend give you advice. Go straight to your primary care physician and go, look, this is what I want to do. I'm on this slate of drugs. What are the interactions? Is it going to be negative? Is it going to be positive? Is it going to cause an extraordinary euphoric sensation? You know, find out. Talk to your doctor. Your doctor needs to know these things too, because if you get sick or whatever, that is another piece of information, because you may get sick, or say you get diarrhea for a while, 2, 3, 4 days. You go in and see the doctor, you're like, look, dude, I got diarrhea. And if he knows that you consume this product, he's like, well, try not doing it because you may have got a bad batch, you may have had some mold on it, he may give you some drugs for anti-diarrhea or whatever. But it gives him a more complete view of what's going on, what you're doing, how things are going. It gives him more data to better give you a diagnosis if you're having stomach issues, vomiting, whatever, not feeling well. He has all of this extra information that could be something that he needs to worry about, something he needs to take into consideration. Another thing is, if you get sick, let's say you're like most people, you're not on any kind of long-term medication for anything. You're doing this, occasionally, like me. For me, for example, I'm going to use me as an example. I recreationally use hemp probably about 3 to 4 times a year. I've got a cat behind me. Hello world, say hello to Junebug. This is the neighborhood cat. She just kind of hangs out at people's house for every now and then. That's Miss Junebug, kind of guest star. Then I get sick. Say I get sick, fever. This happened back in December, or not December, back in September. And I went into the doctor. The doctor ran all the tests and came back and went, look, you tested positive for COVID. I'm like, okay. She's like, have you had COVID before? I'm like, no, ma'am. I've managed to avoid it this long. And she's like, okay, I'm going to give you these drugs, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, ma'am. It's like, I told her straight up, look, I will vape about 1/10 of an ounce of hemp before I go to sleep. It helps me sleep. I get up wide awake in the mornings. This, that, and the other thing. Will these drugs interact with it in a negative way? Is there something I need to know? And she's like, let me check. And she left and she came back and went, no, you may feel a little extra sleepy with one of the drugs she gave me. I forget what they were. It was a anti-nausea medicine, I believe, the little thing you put in your mouth that dissolves. She's like, you may feel little extra sleepy. Nothing to worry about. Just make sure you're in a place where if you fall asleep, you fall asleep, and you fall asleep safely. Yeah, your doctors need to know these things. If you go in, be honest. Like I said, I do not endorse, condone, or I don't encourage any of this to break laws in any jurisdiction. If this stuff's illegal, don't do it. If you're in a place where it's legal, do what you can afford and have fun doing it. So yeah, your doctors, they need to know. There are things they need to know that are crucial. So yeah, have open dialogue with your doctor and let them know this is what you're doing. Be honest with them. Be honest in the amounts that you imbibe. Like I said, I do it recreationally, probably, let's see, usually Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday, my wife's birthday. 5 times a year. Only thing is most of them are in the fall. Wife was born in September. You have October with Halloween, and you got December with my birthday, New Year's, you know, it is what it is. But be honest with the amounts when you have to talk to a doctor. So let's get ready for the next section. Hello, and how are you doing? We are back for the next installment of this video, and let's start over. Hello, we are back for the next installment. In this section, we are going to talk about hydration. Hydration is one of those things that's important all the time, being properly hydrated. It works really well to stay hydrated, especially when you're consuming hemp. The immediate effects is you don't get dry mouth, your throat doesn't dry out, and when you sleep, you're not dehydrated. You don't wake up dehydrated. There's ill effects of being dehydrated. It's more pronounced when you consume alcohol, but it is more important to stay hydrated. I forgot where I was going with that, so I had to change it mid-sentence. Your hydration level is important. It helps keep your joints and stuff lubricated, and when you get to cannabinoids, not talking real well today. With the hydration, it keeps the inflammation down when you sleep. It helps when you get up. It's one of the reasons why I can get up and go. Just boom. Roll out of bed, get dressed, and just boom, rock on. It's important. Cubans over on his YouTube channel one of the things he says sip it before you rip it. Ripping is usually referred to like clearing a bong or something of that, a contraption like that. But it also gives you the rhyme. You also get the benefit of the being hydrated. You get the hydration. It's hydration that's important. I know I keep saying that over and over, but whether you're taking a hit off a joint, a blunt, a spliff, handheld vaporizer, or dry herb vaporizer, disposable cart vaporizer, pipe, one hitter, what have you, being hydrated, taking a couple mouthfuls of water beforehand and afterward helps, and it helps control the munchies. It's not going to stop the munchies. The munchies are what they are, and you're just going to have to deal with them. And we'll get to that in the next section of the video. Gatorade is good. Sports Aid, Powerade, any of that is good. I prefer water because it comes out of the tap and it's cheap. Using the stuff like Gatorade, soda. Soda works, but soda will, because of the caffeine in soda or iced tea or coffee, will lead to some dehydration. But if it's during the day and you're doing it, you can get away with like Coke, Dr. Pepper, you know, stuff like that, coffee, tea. But try not to do it like if you're getting ready to go to bed or what have you. So I have also found, for me personally, that caffeinated drinks tend to put kind of a limit or a top on the, if you're doing it recreationally to get high, will kind of cap it and just keep you from getting up above a certain point. That's me. It's my body chemistry, my brain chemistry. It may be different for you. So we'll go ahead and pause here and wait to the next section of the video. Hello and welcome to this video. Well, welcome back to the video, I should say. We are in our next section. Today we're going to talk about, well, all day today we're talking about different things. I need to point out that this is taking longer than I thought it was, just simply because my tripod broke, and the fact that I live 15 miles outside of town. I didn't want to get a new one, so I stopped by Office Depot, and I asked the little sales clerk girl if they had tripods, and she said no. Well, first she asked me what a tripod was, what you used it for, what it was used for. Then she looked it up on her little computer, and evidently Office Depot does not carry tripods, or at least the one in Huntsville doesn't have tripods. But I digress. This portion of the video is going to be on the munchies. You're going to get munchies. You do any, whether it be the devil's lettuce, hemp, whatever, you are going to get the munchies. And a lot of people, and I did this when I was younger, and now that I'm older I know better, is they tend to drift toward things like potato chips or cookies or sweets, stuff like that. What I found that works much better on helping control the munchies is the use of things like cherry tomatoes, grapes, cherries, blackberries, strawberries, whatever, you know. They have a lot of juice in them. Oranges, cut up apples, stuff like that, stuff that are going to aid in hydration. They're going to put positive things into your system. And if you're drinking water while you're intaking the hemp, it is really important, or not really important, it's just really the combination of staying away from sugary, salty things is much better than indulging in those when you got the munchies. Plus, being being borderline on my blood sugar, eating cherry tomatoes or grapes or an orange or an apple or something before I go to bed actually, believe it or not, helps my blood sugar. It's one of those things. It's just a suggestion. That's what I do. Nothing in this video is written in stone or you have to do it. I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm telling you the benefits of doing it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, vegetables, I'll cut up celery, do celery. One of the things I love to do because of peanut butter being protein is get the pre-cut celery sticks and get a little small jar of peanut butter and eat it, dip it and eat it, dip it and eat it. Because I'm putting proteins, celery is hollow calories because you, contrary to the myth, you don't burn more calories to chew it up and swallow it. It just says really, really low. It's like iceberg lettuce. It's mainly water. Occasionally I'll go buy like a little thing of like shiitake mushrooms or something, and I'll eat those. I'll get bananas and slice them real thin and dehydrate them and do banana chips. Those you'll find, or at least for me, I have found that by doing something like that, I eat less and my body feels better for it. So yeah, that's, you know, the next thing. We'll go ahead and pause here and we'll move to the next section of the video. Okay, we are here for the next section of our video. I just want to point out the background that I have. I'm doing it to kind of commemorate It, Welcome to Derry, and Stephen King's It, because where I'm at is down a low spot at Town Creek here in Huntsville, and with the things behind me, it kind of reminds me of the burrows as described in Stephen King's It and portrayed in the Andy Muschietti movie in 2017. So yeah, that's the reason for this. Plus, I'm hoping my body is blocking it. The wind has picked up real bad today, so I'm kind of hoping that I'm blocking out some of the wind coming across the microphone. But for this section of the video, we're going to talk about take my glasses off, mindset of you're in when imbibing the hemp. The THC, Delta 8, HP, Delta 9, all of those THCs, there's a chance that they're going to magnify whatever mood you're in. They're going to magnify whatever feelings you're feeling. That's the reason why I recommend try not to, if you're angry, mad, pissed off, depressed, what have you, to do to take this in your system. It doesn't always do it. It's kind of a roll of the dice. I mean, if you've just, say you've just had an argument with a loved one over something, calm down. You're like, I just need a smoke. take and calm down, chill. Just before you smoke, before you break out the vape or the pipe or the joint or the blunt or whatever, calm down. Let those feelings subside. If you get a phone call and somebody you care about deeply has passed away or something, or is in the hospital, let those emotions pass before you intake him. Like I said, this suggestion, I know I kind of worded it kind of like you need to do, you have, but I don't mean that. I mean something to consider. If you're one of those people, my wife, for instance, she can turn off her emotions just boom, boom. So something like that isn't going to affect her if she partook of him, which she doesn't. And it wouldn't be an issue for her because she can turn it off, do what she needs to do, turn it back on when she needs to. Me, on the other hand, I'm very much a slave to my emotions. I'm a slave to what they are, what they do. So yeah, for me, now, on the flip side of that, if you're just in a really euphoric mood, say you just had a stellar day, work went beautifully, come home, dinner was already made for you, and everything, all that stuff is, you're just in a good mood. You watched a good movie, you watched a good TV show. Right there, the THC amplifies it. I recommend just don't be in a negative mood or negative feelings. Just because it could end badly for you. That's just one of those things you got to deal with. Just one of those things you have to keep in mind. Or you should keep in mind. You don't have to. You do you. But I'm just suggesting something to think about. And another thing on this mindset thing. If you've never tried, I've discussed this in other videos, but it's worth restating. If you have never partaken of anything that contains THC, whether it be gummies, drinkables, smokables, vapables, whatever, have somebody who's experienced with it, that's staying sober, and can guide you through anything. Because, especially older people, the THC can unearth things that you probably forgot about, or may have forgotten about, or just repressed. And it may become uncomfortably unpleasant real quick. But if you have the person there to go, hey, look, it's all right, it's going to be okay, it's just the drugs, chill, and talk you through it, depending on what clues you give them. If it's in a position where they just need to listen, they need to be in a position to understand that, okay, I just need to listen to this person talk and get whatever this is out of their system. And it can be negative and or positive. Sometimes, like you'll get happy or excited for something, and just really, really excited and happy and this and that, and you just want to tell somebody. That is a good reason to have a trip sitter. And when you're doing psychedelics, mushrooms, LSD, what have you need a trip sitter because the intensity, the strength. But first time users of a THC product, I would say the first probably 8 to 10 times. Get that person there to help you so you understand how it affects you, how it affects your body, what's going on, and start out in a good mood. That's always the best thing, just starting out in a good mood. So yeah, we'll go ahead and call this section good, and I'll return to the house and do the final section and call this a video. Hopefully this being outside, the wind isn't too bad and we're all good. Peace. And we're back home for the last section of the video. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I've had fun making it. What we're going to end with are cleaning tools. We started with the cleaning of our stuff, making sure it's clean because you're putting this in your mouth, you're inhaling vapor or smoke, and you want as clean as possible to be as less offensive to your lungs as possible. So what I'm going to do is we'll go into more detail with these tools when I do a cleaning video, but what we got here, I'm going to show you the basic tools that I use. The first one is 90% isopropyl alcohol. This is 91%. These spray bottles are expensive. So what I do is I'll buy the bulk, usually off Amazon, the bulk, usually a gallon of the isopropyl alcohol, and I just refill this. A gallon of 90% isopropyl alcohol is, or 91, there's like, there is no 90, I haven't seen it. It might be out there, I just missed it. But I see like 70 to 91. How come we don't have, I mean, that's what the stores around here carry. But I go through Amazon, or sometimes the Walgreens can get it for me. But most of the time I order it. It's a gallon of 91% isopropyl alcohol. I just refill these. I pay, I think it's about $15, $18 because I order like 2, 3, 4 gallons at a time, because it is great for cuts, wounds, what have you. Great glass cleaner. Most of your stuff that associated with the cleaning of hemp tools, pipes, what have you, are glass. And isopropyl alcohol is great at cleaning glass. My shower, the shower in the master bedroom, has this great big huge like 36-inch by 7-foot glass door, and over time it collects soap scum, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and a soft scrub brush. About 10 minutes, take all that off. Our sinks, our porcelain sinks, clean the sink out. It'll clean a lot of stains out of porcelain if you let it soak. You put the plunger in, you put the alcohol in, you let it soak. It works wonders on porcelain toilets. Yeah, I use a lot of isopropyl alcohol for cleaning, not just hemp tool, things I use to intake hemp vapor. I also have and you can get these cheap. Any tobacco smoke store will have them, and that's these brushes. These brushes are nice. I got, drop one. I've got this. These are on Amazon. These are like a couple bucks each. This is a solo brush. This brush. These are wonderful for going down like a mouthpiece or something like that. Cleaning around a bowl, like if it has a flange or something on it and you need to get up under it. Wonderful tools. These are mainly for pipes, tobacco pipes. This here is good for stirring your bowl. This good here is for tamping your bowl if you want to pack it just a little bit tight. And this is good. This is like a little spoon. It's good for loading. Like I said, these are actually sold for tobacco pipes. And like I said, on Amazon, you can get anywhere from about $2-3 to about $10-15, depending on how elaborate of a brush set you want, whether or not you want something like this with it. A lot of times you'll get, and this is about $6-7, you'll get a combo of this and this, and like I said, they're not that expensive, and they are godsend when you go to clean things. The last, or not last, another tool, cotton swabs. These are a lifesaver. These will help, like you rinse something off, like your let me get one out for you. You have a mouthpiece. You've washed it. This has water droplets in it, and you just want you don't want them drying and leaving little, like the little water droplet, dried water droplet stain. You can take this and you can just run it through like that, and boom, you're done. Yeah, it's, and if I can find it, there it is. I got to better organize my desk. But a towel, a drying towel. This is just old dish towel. I take it, I put it down, and you'd have it. I mean, imagine this laying on like my desktop or whatever, and you put your stuff on there to dry. So it dries, and you know, it air dries. Then you put it back together. It is, you know, like I said, I will go into more detail on these different things when I do the cleaning video. But I hope you enjoyed this segmented video. It just, I got up this morning and had the urge just to do this video this way. So remember, to be a good human, be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?